Hey guys, what's up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video, and today we're going to be talking about Cardano ADA and about Digibyte DGB. We're also giving away $50 worth of crypto if this video can hit 250 likes within 24 hours, so go ahead and press that like button right now, comment down below, and have the notification bell on. That's all you need to do. But guys, the last couple of days have been insane in the crypto markets, really mind-staggering, almost a volume within 24 hours of $30 billion on Bitcoin. Cardano right now sitting at a very shady 270 million, not even cutting it close, but still bleeding almost as heavily as Bitcoin is. Bitcoin, of course, one of the biggest losers right now with double-digit losses at -20, and Cardano here at -13, and Digibyte way below. Where would it be? Second page. Let's see if we can actually quickly find that. Digibyte with -9.72% on the daily at 1.3 cents. But now there was a very cool article that I found from Finance Magnets written by David Kimberly. It says, Hoskinson, Cardano can beat Facebook in emerging markets. We caught up with the Cardano founder at a Tel Aviv workshop to discuss decentralization, Shelly, and Africa. And now this whole article is actually of great quality. I recommend it to all of y'all to quickly read it if you have some time left. But it's a cool interview going back and forth about various different things, like a lot of very different things. So, you know, you gotta set some time apart to read through it, as it is quite a long article and a little bit drawn out for, it's not like the most important thing you ever read, but it's a lot of fun and really cool. The Cardano team was also in town to get some feedback on its products. A day before Hoskinson and I spoke, the company had launched a demo version of Shelly, and the latest step in Cardano's efforts to completely decentralize its blockchain system. Charles Hoskinson posted a cool little photo on Twitter, getting over hump day, and then he's on a camel or a dromedary. It's kind of funny to see him post a thing like that. And running via a testnet website, the new stage in the blockchain system development will be given a trial run by developers before the wider public is granted access to it. And Israelis who are not known for their tactfulness, that's kind of funny that they pointed that out, would be the perfect people to provide any pointers to Hoskinson and his team. The great part about Israel is Israelis are very good at being critical in a constructive way, Hoskinson told us. So it's a great place to go and test products. These events are so important because they're introducing the programming community for the first time ever to a completely new model of writing smart contracts that we spent 3 years researching. Getting to the right people, again, they're saying that these Israelis are right for them. And just to quickly read this first part. Accustomed as I am to large-scale events, with speakers talking in vague terms about adoption and decentralization, it was interesting to be at the Cardano event. Though it was small in size, there were probably like 30 or 40 people there. Hoskinson clearly believed that it's a group of influential programmers like those at the workspace that are key to getting people to use Cardano's products. And I found that really kind of cool. And a question or a quote from that was, "It's not our job to wake up and say, how do we bring 10 million people or 100 million people into our system?" the Cardano founder told them. "The first duty after you construct a platform like ours is to get the developers in. Of course, that is actually the first step with any crypto or blockchain project. You need the developers first to make things that lure people in. What we often see with Ethereum is that it's not the best coin out there whatsoever, but it's the best, or at least used to be the best, platform out there. And even if Ethereum is not being transacted as a coin ever, they're always going to be popular because they have so many developers on there. They have so many projects built on Ethereum that it will most likely stay in the limelight for forever." So first duty is to get developers in and then show them what they can do with it, and then ask them, what type of experience would you like to create? What problems would you like to solve? And by definition, we'd like those developers to be really bright and very competitive. We'd like them to be hungry. We'd like them to wake up every single day with a burning desire to solve big challenges and make a name for themselves, because the more motivated they are, the better of a job they're going to do and create a great experience. And if they do it on Cardano, they bring more people into Cardano. It's that simple. And yeah, that was basically it. The community has been exceedingly unfair with their criticism. This is actually all towards Shelly and about the delays that it's been having. A lot of people are saying that they're incompetent, that they don't know what they're doing, that they're really stupid. I've seen tons of things come by. But Charles Hoskinson always just stays positive in all these situations, saying that it's the like the first 90% of coding are almost all the time as much as the last 90%, or at least could be. That's what it keeps responding to a lot of these people, and this article is a little bit, or this section is a little bit broader. Of course, the question that everyone wants to answer is when Shelly will actually go live, and I don't even want to put any time on there. Heading to the Caucasus, they're going to that mountain, I guess. Great meeting with Georgian Prime Minister Mamuka Bakhadze about Georgia's desire to innovate over the coming years. It's something really cool to see because Cardano is one of the only blockchains that really can get things done with these bigger governments and things. Like, a lot of these companies are talking about mainstream adoption or mainstream utility, whatever. But it's really something else to really get it done. And that is what this part is also about, from Addis Ababa, where of course Cardano is actually getting themselves exposed to 6 million people. And we got some other sections in the world where they're also expanding themselves like crazy. Ethiopia has been a particular success story. Cardano is currently building a payment network for 6 million people in the country's capital city, Addis Ababa. The company has even made headlines in the social justice warrior circles by teaching a group of local women to code and work on its products. Again, that's so insane. In Georgia, there's another like 4 million people, I believe. That's 4 million people who in 10 or 20 years will be very high value users. The people who are there learning, who are getting educated about the situation. Here, Facebook, no competition for Cardano. Like, what Cardano has been saying is that it's very easy for them, or at least they have access to tons of people if they want to, right? And they're actually solving real problems instead of giving people something they don't really need. So, as an example, Facebook, if it gets somewhere, like, all you really get is social media, right? You can talk to other people, you can buy certain stuff from different people, but you're still going to have to use dollars and things like that. What it doesn't really do is open up new corridors in terms of payments and in terms of different sorts of storage. There's a lot of things that Facebook really misses, and Facebook here is no competition for Cardano because they just lack this blockchain system. Last week, led by its, and by the way, also a very big aspect of it all is that it's very hard for these countries, or a lot of these countries, to just say like, all right, American company, yeah, go help us, right? You know, you're allowed to help us. Come here. It's very hard, and I can understand that from a historical background, that you don't really like to accept those types of things. And if you're talking about blockchain, then even if we're not talking about blockchain, and to keep it simple here, it's a lot easier to accept, I would say, because it's a lot more decentralized. You're not really that dependent on, American company, the big handle right there. I think that also appeals to a lot of those people and places. But last week, led by its alien CEO Mark Zuckerberg, the giant data-eating behemoth that is Facebook announced its plans to tackle emerging markets with its own cryptocurrency offering. Right, this is again why they're competing right now. Facebook is also, because of the previous issue that I just mentioned, trying to get into these emerging markets with their own crypto. Will that eat into Cardano's plans? Well, Charles Hoskinson actually thinks not. I live this market, said the Cardano founder, and I can tell you, the US government, by definition, the most powerful entity in the world, finds it difficult to make payments into Ethiopia. If they're struggling, how is a private company going to do it? But if that's the case, I asked Hoskinson, wouldn't Cardano, which is smaller than Facebook and the US government, also find it hard to make things work in the continent? Well, and then you see a tweet here from Charles from a couple of months ago. Just signed an MOU with Ethiopian Ministry of Science of Technology to explore training blockchain developers and use Cardano in the agri-tech industry. I'm not entering the market and looking to extract value from people, said Hoskinson, right? That's a very big difference. Here they're trying to give value, not extract value. Facebook has come into countries it doesn't know a lot about and convinced them to enslave themselves to economic monopoly and give nothing in return. And their only pitch is that you'll pay less on fees. You see where I'm going with this whole story here, with this situation. And guys, again, the writer of this article is David Kimberly. Gotta give him some credit for where it's due, because this is a powerful and really, really useful one. So sorry for covering it for longer in a video now. I normally try to extract small pieces from articles, but damn, was this a good one that I just saw a lot of potential in covering for you guys. I'm not entering a market and yada yada yada. I'm going there and saying, we're going to rebuild all your systems so you have fraud-free land registration, better voting systems, and improved supply chains. We're already doing this type of stuff, but it took years. And there's relationships-based markets, and Facebook doesn't have those relationships. We spent a year and a half in Ethiopia just training a small group of female developers. Most people assume that's easy. No, we had to work extremely hard just to sign an MOU with the Ministry of Innovation and Technology, and they didn't really believe in us, which I understand again from my perspective, so we had to earn their trust, and then after we did it, they said, we like these guys, and let us do what we do. And again, guys, if you're going in with brute force like the American government likes to do sometimes, or even here Facebook, by trying to take, but not that much give, and what they're giving is lower fees, but not really building a relationship. Most of these countries, as here an example, Ethiopia, would just say like, we don't need you, right? We're managing just completely fine without your help. And Cardano here has a ridiculously smart approach, but really getting themselves familiarized with the market, how it works in those countries, try to bond a little bit, and then try to offer value, not so much take it. They offer value to them and they can take it as they please after they've noticed what they can do for them. And they're not just giving themselves lower fees, no, they're building stuff to make the whole country better, and that's just amazing to me. It's not don't be the evil, it's can't be evil. A lot more stuff is actually covered in this article. Let's quickly go through it, and then we are done with this. I'm just completely happy that we got to cover this today, guys. It's insane. Just this part, I think, and then we'll be good. Cryptocurrency and blockchain advocates enjoy hacking away at the establishment bodies. Treasury departments are understandably often in their crosshair at events, in articles, or interviews. Facebook is not. However, a company and its founders' utopian pronouncements handing power to the people often resemble currency's executives' own comments online and at conferences. As that's the case, how does a blockchain company stop itself from becoming an evil monopolistic firm if it eventually enjoys the successes that a social media giant like Facebook has? Well, because you're putting the integrity and the principles into the design of the system itself, said Hoskinson. It's not don't be devil or don't be evil, it's can't be evil, and that's always been a difference in the space between Facebook and the rest of those guys. Working in Georgia and a lot of other stuff, but that's not really too important. Guys, this is just an amazing article. Again, shout out to David Kimberly for writing that. Amazing interview. Very well done. Just amazing stuff. Cardano's Shelley testnet is a handover. ADA adds 7.3%. The path towards complete decentralization continues through Shelley testnet. We already saw this a couple of times ago. I don't really know why they keep popping up these articles left and right about the Shelley testnet, giving us this info like it's like a hot pizza, like it's the newest stuff. It's not, though. Like, we know about testnet, we know what's going on, we know about the faces, we know everything. So, yeah, I don't completely understand why they're kind of baiting us with the title. When I saw it, I thought maybe they have some crazy new development going on, right? Maybe the testnet is going to the next phase or something like that, but nope. Nothing new here, just another baity article. And it says here that ADA adds 7.3%, but if you look in the market right now, it is actually going down. And I think a part of that is also this right here. Bitrue Exchange hacked. XRP and Cardano stolen. 3 million XRP was stolen, and about $200,000 worth of ADA was stolen, or $2 point something million worth of XRP, and $300,000 or $233,000 worth of ADA was stolen from this exchange. All users will be refunded, but I think it did get some FUD, out, and some fear into the crypto space, because people realize more often and more often how vulnerable their assets really are. And that's why I keep advocating for this ledger. Guys, make sure you buy yourself a hardware wallet. A link for that is in the description below. Make sure your coins are safe. Singaporean exchange Bitrue gets hacked, losing 5 million in XRP and Cardano. Too bad, but it happens. And you can only prepare yourself by not having money on exchanges, but in your own pockets, in your own hardware wallet, where it's almost impossible, nearly impossible to get hacked. But again, you do you. If you don't want to buy it, sure, you don't have to, but I just really recommend it. And Digibyte price rises on potential ZBG exchange listing. This is actually the only place where I saw an article or a thing like this. The annoying part about the whole situation here is that Digibyte articles, like, they pop up in lots of different places, but it's so hard to find them. Like, I've been seeing a lot of articles about price, but they're not on these mainstream price websites now. They're on these, like, very sketchy coin talks price, websites that don't really want to press because you have no idea what they're about. And if you open them, they look sketchy and things like that. And the most mainstream articles and websites that, normally cover the other coins that I cover, yeah, Digibyte doesn't appear on them. And I thought for a very long time that was because Digibyte was not moving whatsoever. They were not doing anything, but they are. And as an example here, we can see it again. Digibyte prices rising on potential ZBG listing, and so they are getting on more exchanges. They are innovating, they are progressing. They actually have a very bonded community as well, but there's just not mainstream coverage, not as much as with a lot of these other coins. And yeah, I think that's a very big issue, but it will get fixed soon. Hopefully, guys, if you are able to provide info on one of these news websites, make sure you also write something about Digibyte. I think it will be very beneficial for the coin, and you will get a lot of responses because the Digibyte community is very, very nice. Thank you guys all for watching, though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very, very nice day. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description below and follow my second channel. See you guys again. Bye-bye!